and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay. This is Lori Webb. Yes, from inspiring, informing, motivating, and giving that swift kick in the butt when necessary to get you out of your head and into action. I do that through writing and speaking and doing events such as this. And we are, yes, really apologizing for the delay, but we had a communication mix up and our guest was unable to get access. And I can see she is now in the green room. So this is her first time here. And, well, this is actually, I'm pretty adept at it after all 70 hours almost, 50 hours. But this is her introduction to the platform. And so be kind, be caring, and say hello to Geraldine B. Thomas.
Hi there. Ugh,
Hi.
excited.
Yeah, there you go. It wasn't so painful once you got in, right?
No, it was real easy. Real
Okay, good.
easy. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. So, Geraldine, please tell us a little bit about yourself and your initiative. I think it's fascinating. Yeah,
Okay,
let's
a little
hear
bit
it
about
from the.
myself. Okay, I'm a LinkedIn fanatic, which is what inspired me to create a movement for women around it because I love it so much. Especially when I found out that there were over 250 million of us on there, women alone. Like, wow. And you know that it's kind of hard for us to really communicate because people take a while to answer messages. So I figured, you know what, this movement would really help women to see the magic of LinkedIn. So it's basically the 1 million woman link up. I'm trying to connect 1 million women on LinkedIn so that they can join forces and basically cross pollinate their LinkedIn contacts. Someone's given a event, they could just easily reach out to their contacts and just share info. Because there's no excuse for us to all not be making a lot of money on LinkedIn because the money is there. The people are there. So that's basically it. I've been on LinkedIn since about 2004 when it was nothing but us and a Rolodex. Nothing was there. It was just
It was you,
bare.
me, and Linked. It was called Linked then.
Yeah. It was just like we were like looking at like what do we do with this? It was nothing to do. So all we did was just invite each other. Nothing else. We might have maybe said hi, but other than that, we didn't do anything because I think back then it was really for people who were looking for a job, and now it's for people who have a business who are looking for business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. So when did you decide to do the Smart Women Partner and Grow Rich program?
Well, basically that's it was like the tagline that I had for the 1 million women link up. So I said, you know what? I'm going to build a site around this movement that explained everything from every little tiny detail. So basically, I decided to do the 1 million women link up. It's been about 2 or 3 years that I like started. I was like playing around with it. I started off with a survey because I was trying to figure out why more women didn't partner, which is a very good question. So I asked that question. And the answer is that women are just so busy wearing so many hats that they don't take time to do it. They might start and then something comes up and they just let the ball drop. So I figured, you know what? I'll create something that made it so easy for them to partner, where I'd be the one to create a project, be it a newsletter, a event, a magazine, whatever it was, and plug women in so they can get their feet wet and get to know some of the other women that are on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And it's been going pretty good.
Yeah.
And now I'm ready to go big with it to really
Oh,
get out there and reach 1 million women. Now that I've been playing around with it, getting my feet wet, making contacts.
nice.
Hmm.
Yes, I like it. No, I've been raving about it since I discovered it.
Oh,
So
wow, thank you.
you're like, what? What did you say? I said, yeah, it's brilliant. It makes such sense. And
I know. I'm like, why didn't anyone else think of it? But they didn't. I thought of it like, yes, it's simple, but it's still complicated because you still have that thing of keeping women focused. And
yeah,
that's a lot of work because, we're doing so many things.
yeah. So what is now? Yesterday was Women's Entrepreneur Day. I
Yes, it
yeah.
was.
And
Hmm.
so, yeah, I was thinking, oh, it would have been a good day, but everybody's busy with their Women Entrepreneurship Day activities.
Well,
So
it's a great month. This whole month is centered around it. So we just missed that one little tiny day. 'Cause every day is Women Entrepreneurship Day. We're doing it 365 days of the year.
that's right, and actually, that's why we're doing it. We're doing it to a broader public inclusion. So
Yeah.
we are here for everyone. The Entrepreneur Hotline. But this idea, something that came to me years ago, this concept, and got developed over time, and and when I reached out to my partners, my co-hosts, Gail Gillian and Colin Scotland, to say, hey, would you guys be interested in getting on board with this? And we had some discussions, and we were you know thinking about how to do this, and it morphed and changed, how many people would be involved
Yes.
in the beginning, and how we would do it. But we decided, like, we have this this small group of dedicated people who are willing to be here 24/7 for a week, and
Wow. That
we're
is
doing it.
wow.
So we
Are
have
you
been
guys
on.
sleeping at all?
I slept 4 hours last night, and
Well,
I'll sleep while Gail is on tonight. Gail is also, we do live monitoring as well. So it's not that we're active presenting the whole time, because the other thing is, that's not the idea behind it. The idea is, I think, I'm having, now we're kind of in this discussion, I think, because we're both in this, building. I think the
mhm,
idea is, and I'm going to, yeah, let me just finish this, and then I'll let you go with the actual topic at hand.
okay.
But the idea of, we're two people building communities, and so the how that works, and for entrepreneurs who are out there who are interested in finding their tribe and building their community, you know
Yes.
these are some of the things that come up, that you start and you figure out, why you're going to do what you're going to do. And you mentioned that you were looking, and you observed it, and
Yeah.
and
It
you
took me a
realized
while.
something
Yes.
was missing. And I think, in my experience, it happens quite a bit, that people are walking around, and I don't know if there's something, the little voice that's like, you know you're not that great. Like, this idea is not magical. Somebody's doing it somewhere, and you're like, okay, yeah, your voice is like, yeah, okay, yeah, who am I to have thought of this idea?
Little bitty
And
person. Yeah.
and then
With a
suddenly
big idea. Yeah. It
somebody else
works.
isn't doing it. Somebody's not doing it. This is my idea. This is
And
my
jump in.
idea.
Thank you. And own it and take it and put your name on it and put it out there, because someone else will follow behind you and try to copy. Been there, done that.
Yeah, that too.
But you
and
did it first. And people
exactly,
are going
but
to know that.
also to own it, and to dare to do it, because I think a lot of us have that voice that's like, don't dare to do it because somebody else is doing it. And sometimes, somebody does something, and especially, I find that the person who has, like, the original idea, and who has all the pieces because they've thought it through,
Hmm.
like, sometimes there are those, like you said, who try to copy that, but they don't have all the pieces, because they hadn't, they think that somebody woke up and just decided to do something, but they forgot
No.
all those years.
Somebody was working on it. It's your
Yeah,
idea. It's your brain. They don't have your brain.
yeah,
So it's not going to be as good.
yeah. So we want to empower people. We want to. What I'm trying to say really is dare to think that you have an idea that is, you dare to think you're exceptional, and dare to think that what you are doing is valuable and valid, and that is going to segue into how your unique, amazing nature and ability and products and services can be better promoted, and better, get better reach, and be able to sell with ease, by listening to Geraldine. And she's going to talk about prepping for Small Business Saturday.
Yes, my passion, along with LinkedIn.
Yes. You can
Also,
love
just
both.
just jump in there. Just go for it.
Yeah, do you want me off camera? Do you want to, like, are you
No,
going to do a
stay with me.
presentation?
We can engage. I don't want to be by
Yes.
myself. No, no,
All
no, no,
right.
no. Okay, well, let's see. Small Business Saturday is November 30th this year. For those people who don't know, which is amazing because some people don't even know, they've never heard of it. It happens. This is the 10th year, and it is sponsored by American Express, the credit card company. It was a way for them to, of course, get small businesses to push their credit card during the holiday season. You know they're banking big bank. Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, what it is that instead of going to the mall, you spend your money in your downtown area. You go to all the small shops. And the small shops got smart and they're working together, which is what I love about this business holiday. It doesn't work if they try to do it by themselves. So basically, a strip mall or whatever, everyone gets together. They bring people in. They have like food. They have coffee. They have Santa Claus. They have music. They might even have a art show, and you shop at each of the various stores. And when you go to those stores, you might get a card so that you get it stamped so that they can see, that you went to all the various stores. And then, they have like prizes and everything. So Small Business Saturday is a way for small businesses, the mom and pops, to come together and help each other. And for a long time, us virtual people, we haven't been able to dive into that because you're thinking physical. Like who's going to come to our little website online? They're not looking at us because the news media, they've been pushing this for years, telling you to go to the small businesses, you have the Chamber of Commerce, everybody's working together. So I figured that what, this year, virtual business women need to get together. There's a way for us to do what they're doing. What they're doing is called the shopping crawl. Bar crawls. I haven't tried that yet, but one of these days I'm gonna go do one of those. Yeah. So first off, you need some
They're
partners.
dangerous.
Yeah. First of all, you need some partners because the way that Small Business Saturday works is that each store is like giving away something. They're getting other businesses to give them stuff, to give them coupons. When you go, you shop that store, you get a coupon for another store, which is ingenious. You're gonna just, keep driving traffic to each other, and they keep you out there all day long. So you're going to go to all those different shops because you want to see what they have in there and what goodies you can get. Because at the malls, when you go and do some shopping, they say, okay, so if you go to the beauty counter and you buy maybe $50 worth of cosmetics or whatever, then you get a little something that's worth maybe another $50, which is beautiful. We could do that ourselves. But first of all, you need to get yourself ready for Small Business Saturday. You need to go to AmericanExpress.com. Or better yet, just put in Small Business Saturday in the search engine. It'll bring you there. They made it so easy that you can get graphics and everything with Small Business Saturday. Get your business name put on there. Get your tagline, like what your store or your business is famous for, and it's free. And you print it out right there on the spot. And you take those, you put it in your social media. You also have something for your email. You have a email header, so you'll be putting it out there, letting people know that you're getting ready for Small Business Saturday, and that you're going to have a shopping event. You don't know what it is just yet. You got to come up with it. We'll work on that too. But first, like I said, let people know that you're out there and that you will be doing something on Small Business Saturday. So after they go downtown, shop there, come back online and shop with some business women. Now, all of us have someone in our family who has a business, a woman. And what does she need? She needs a website. She needs PR. She needs advertising. She needs someone to do social media. She might need someone to do her books or whatever. So we could be that resource. We could package up our products and services for the holidays, put a little bow on it, make it, nice little discount, toss in somebody else's stuff that you want to give a push to, put her coupon in there. Ah, geez, sorry about that, folks.
Yes.
And then put it on our websites. Have a directory, which is great. And then it's like your little, how you go to the mall and there's a map that tells you what's the different businesses on the various floors. We
Yes.
could put together something like that so that you go to each site. And if you go there, you say hi, you do whatever it is that that person needs you to do, then you get your business stamped. You're going to get a stamp. We're going to work that out. And of course, like I said, all of us could be giving away something from someone else's business. So every time they come in, they buy from us, then they get something. It could be a discount on our product or service or a free thing or something from someone else's that you want to push because you want her to push you as well. But like I said, it all starts out with a map. So you know all the businesses that are taking part in it. And you're going to go to their various sites. And then by the end of the night, because we could do this in the evening, which makes good sense. You spend your day helping out your local business people, and then come online and we help each other out. Shop woman owned on Small Business Saturday in the evening. And even better is if you could find a way to partner with some physical businesses on Small Business Saturday, because we as virtual business women, we have something that they need. They need someone pushing their stuff on social media. We could be pushing their stuff on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and in exchange, they could put our stuff about our shopping crawls in their customers' bags, put it on the customer's counter. Better yet, if they have a website, they can come take part in it in the evening with us. So we can network with some women who have like actual traffic that we can take advantage of, make it win-win for everybody.
Love it.
Uh
I
huh.
really love it.
Yeah, that's like I said, it's just little basic things that we could be doing, but we need to take advantage of it because last year it generated over $17.8 billion in revenue, just pushing around out there. We need a
That's
piece of that.
yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, the news media is pushing this. American Express is pushing it. The newspapers, everything. We just piggyback on to what they're doing and just get a piece of it and have fun. And just make ourselves that resource for people who are looking for gifts for the entrepreneurs in their lives. Because I don't think anybody's thought about doing that just yet.
Getting gifts for entrepreneurs?
Yeah, well, for the entrepreneurs in your life, go shop, woman owned,
Yes.
and get those products and services. Because I know I don't want a gown. Jewelry is nice, but get me something for my business,
Yeah. Something that
please.
really can empower you.
Yeah,
And the great thing, I don't know, like I'm really deep embedded and interested and have a passion for sustainability as well. And so, the idea like Black Friday, I used to be a shopaholic. So, and
yeah. No,
I'm a digital
I know
shopaholic.
what they do to us on Black Friday. That's just jacking up prices,
Yeah.
making you think, and then bringing it back down, so to speak, making you think something. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't do Black
So
Friday.
no, but the idea of also, just we are, especially as Americans, over
Hmm.
consuming. So I like
Yes.
the idea that, in terms of, you know, A, I love the idea because it is actually from a sustainable standpoint, it's socially responsible,
Yeah.
helping small businesses, helping women get a leg up, get a chance to, off the often who get not
Mm,
who don't have a
yeah.
full piece of the pie,
Hmm.
and to also the idea of buying people investing in experiences or investing in things that will not clutter the environment. Like if you're like, oh, if I say, oh, Geraldine, I have not been to your website, so I don't know, but
That's
I'm saying, in the case that you need the website, then I might go in and look and say, oh, I think, I know someone's a great web designer, and maybe, hey, Geraldine, congratulations for Christmas, I'm going to give you a new website. Or hey,
we
I
used to
know
do
a
this.
fantastic,
A couple of years
virtual
ago,
assistant.
we used
Yeah.
to do this crazy thing I came up with. I've done a lot of crazy stuff, I have to admit. I used to be Mrs. Santa Claus online for business women. I would get them to share their business wish. And I would have something, it was on a listserv where I would share their wishes. I would invite women to come on out network. And if they saw a wish that they could feel, they would feel it. People got all kind of goodies. I must do that again. That was the best time ever. I
Yeah,
felt so
we gonna have to talk
awesome.
offline because
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm all about what you're about. I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
I'm in
it
it.
was
I got some
great.
wishes. I also have
Yeah,
an ability to
I,
fill some wishes. Yeah.
you just have to put it out there, and people actually feel it. It's
It's so
beautiful.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is great. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that yeah, I am
Hmm.
dumbfounded
Yeah.
in the beauty, in the simplicity. Of course, it's earlier today, we had a talk, actually with my brother, John Webb, and he was even talking, like ideas. a
Mhm.
lot of people have ideas as well, but
Yeah.
it's that implementation, right? And so
Mhm.
that's the thing, is like you get some good ideas and then you don't move on them. But
'Cause it's work. It really
exactly.
is
So,
work.
do you know that he started off the presentation with a quote that I know it because of him, but hustle, oh, now I'm going to mess it up. It's the success, something about success. It says, but hustle, that it's to be, oh, I can't even do it, but it means you have to hustle. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
success is is optional or whatever, but success, I don't know, oh no. I'm like notorious for being really bad at jokes, and I just completely blew that thing.
That's all right.
Hustle is extra, like the the point of that quote, though, and it was an anonymous person who did the quote. The point of the quote was, a lot of people have great ideas, but really what makes people success,
It's a
the
hustle.
ones versus are the ones who are willing to do the hustle. Are you
Mhm.
willing to hustle?
Yeah.
And even when there are people, we put this together, it's real quick, and there are people out there who were like, maybe next year, and people who
Uh,
were like, I can't do it,
I
I
know. Mm.
wanted a lot of wanted a lot of stats that I would be unable to produce because
For
this is
real?
a project, so
Oh, okay, yeah, I've been there, done that. Yeah.
I mean, and
Yes.
no disrespect, or no, I mean, people are different and people have different comfort levels, but when you're trying to move and test something,
You need
you
people that can move and test with you. I've been there. Because
yeah,
when you ask, they're like, yeah, this is perfect. Like someone else sees PR holidays the way that I see them. I'm
yeah,
always talking about them every month. Like,
it's
do
a win.
something.
Yeah,
Just do something. And when you ask, it's like, yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, because it's like, to me it just is beautiful, and it is basically, it's I've never been Mrs. Santa Claus. Well, technically I guess I was Santa Claus for the
Yeah.
kids, but I like to think of myself as a fairy godmother, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I was Mrs. Claus on my birthday because my birthday is in the month of December. So it was the way for me to celebrate my birthday was to give away stuff.
Yeah,
Other
that's
other
you got a
people's stuff.
big heart, you got a big heart.
I give away
My
other people's
birthday,
stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I am the queen for the day. Serve
Well,
me.
it's a way to
Something great.
stand out. I was able to stand out. People like, oh God, yes.
Yeah.
And they don't
So,
turn you down. For at least not for that.
okay, so let's talk practicalities. Do you have, so the one thing is, and there are the specifics of, so if you're watching and, you catch this on the replay or anything, now, Geraldine, I'm going to actually put this, she suggested you go to American Express and grab everything that you need so that you can
Yes.
leverage those free resources. And
Yes,
that's
they have a lot of them.
AmericanExpress.com forward
Hmm.
slash US forward slash small dash business forward slash shop for slash, no, I'm sorry, dash small.
It's a long one, isn't it?
Yeah. But actually it's faster to just Google it. But
Yeah, that's why I said Google it.
Google it, and then you have but it should be in the feed. I'll put it in the feed in Facebook, for example.
Hmm.
We're actually distributing to Facebook and YouTube and Periscope and Twitter.
Ooh,
So through the feed,
yes.
and the idea of preparing yourself for this, of gathering around, a community of women. Like if you are
Yes.
a brick and mortar specifically, then they have really great guidelines. But as Geraldine is discussing, not so much for the
For the
virtual.
virtual, no. We have to
And
create it on the fly.
yes, but you have solutions, and you
Yeah.
have something to offer, right? You have people,
Yes.
you have a website that you can
Yes.
recommend.
SmartWomenPartner.com to go get some ideas. I'll be posting more today. I'm also working on a article series called Smart Women Partner and Shop Local to give ideas on how the local and the virtual can come together, as well
Nice.
as how just straight up virtual women could just do stuff together.
Yes.
I will have a template for you guys to follow. Oh, and if you don't have a Google My Business page yet, you need to get one. Do you have one?
Yes.
'Cause It's My friend was telling me for
I used to
years,
do
just
in
go and
tech.
get that thing. It's
Yeah,
awesome. I'm still
yeah,
playing with it, but it really does make you stand out. People come to your little page and you get stats and they can see what's going on with your business. Who you have to give Google its props.
yes,
Because I
and
was thinking I wasn't,
they give you ads.
physical. Yes,
Yeah,
they give you all, which would be perfect for you for Small Business Saturday. So people, when they Google your business, whatever, or put your name in there, then they go to your page, see what you're doing on Small Business Saturday, and just jump on in and shop with you.
actually, you've inspired me because I've had it and I've actually set them up for clients earlier because I used to make web pages in the 90s and I have a degree in information technology. So I have been building social media. I was a social media manager back in the day when
Yep,
people actually before people called it a social media manager. That's how old I am.
that's all right. I'm
But
with you.
take all of that and then, you know, all of the time and all the things that I've known and I haven't necessarily leveraged because I'm busy researching, but
Me
hey,
too.
it's about get into action. And the great thing for people like me and perhaps you, but I am so much better with a project. I am so much better with a short leash. I'm great. Like, I am, if you believe in this kind of thing, I am an air sign. I'm from, I'm an Aquarian. So I'm super air. And I'm like, push me
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
oh, Lori. And I need somebody to pull me down
yeah,
into.
yeah.
And this is a great way to do it by doing this project, for example, like 1 week dedicated, even though like
Yeah,
people think you're crazy, but for me it's really good because it adds some structure in
it is a
terms
good crazy.
you
You have
you
to be
know
crazy to be in business, and you
yeah,
have to be crazy to do this too. Because I know you. Once you're done, you're like, oh my god.
I'm excited. Yeah, no, well, we did it, we in 2015 I did 168 hours and there
Oh,
were 20,000 people. So
wow.
it's because we had the proper platform. And what is the main difference between then and now? Well, actually there's two main differences. Well, maybe even three. The main platform, that the platform was different, and the timing. And because the platform had its own internal audience, and because when I got started I went right to doing promotional materials, it
Hmm.
almost killed me, because I was
Yeah,
doing everything. So I was already exhausted when we started, and then I did 100 hours myself. So
Jesus.
so that was hard, but there's a lesson in here. So this isn't because it's
Yeah,
about me. There's a lesson for people who are out here listening and thinking, because sometimes you can be dissuaded. So we did that. It happened. It happened quickly. It happened effectively. It felt like it was the right time. And you have to ride. It's like, if I don't surf so much, I mean, I have like windsurfed for a minute, but uh you have to ride the wave. You have to be willing to kind of go with that. And if you're too cautionary,
yeah.
then you can do that. Like, sometimes caution is prudent, sometimes caution is necessary. But it also, there's I kind of see, in most cases it's very rare that something is all or nothing. It's usually,
It's never
you
gonna
know
be perfect. Not
my
ever, ever, ever. Just go.
my greatest
Yeah,
gifts are my greatest Achilles heel, right? So
yeah.
so yeah,
Overthinking. I overthink a lot of stuff. I've had to like stop it. Just let it go. Just jump in. It's gonna be
we
what it's
like
gonna
when
be.
you're but when you're overthinking it, like, I think there's also a personality type. And I think if society was able to embrace all the different personality types, like, yeah, there are going to be people who are overthinking, and there are going to be people who are not thinking enough. And we need all of that. We need all hands on deck to make a good
Yeah.
world, make
Hmm.
it exciting and rich. And I think for people to leverage what you have been saying, and some of the kind of things I've been talking about in trying to do this, not trying, and actually doing this, and daring to do it, and being willing to to look silly, or to be considered arrogant, to think that I would be able to pull this off in a short amount of time, or whatever people are thinking.
No, this is
I'm,
ingenious. This
thank
really
you.
is.
Yeah.
I
Well, I'm
love
hoping.
teamwork.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
hoping.
people who just come together and just collaborate, who see that it works. It does work.
It does, and it helps the other, the other thing, it helps the people who wouldn't get access. Like, that's the key thing. That's the magic of the platforms, like, to be virtual, because you can get out to, when I go and I speak, right, you don't get access to me unless you're within a certain, range, and sometimes within a certain amount of economic capability. And to be able to go out, to be able to be online, whether you are, passing through a store, like, checking out a new computer, and you catch this and you get inspired, or you are at home, or you're on your mobile, or whatever, you can, and you can view it in different places. Like, that's the great thing, that gives you a chance to do more with less. And that's the small
Yes.
business idea. Like, that's the beauty of this Small Business Saturday. Whether it's about, people in my world with, sustainability, and like, no, don't go out and like shop and be consumers. I think it's smart consumption, it's responsible
Yes.
consumption, because people need stuff. Like, you can't just decide that you're not going to buy anything.
No.
And there are things that you need, but I believe in thinking about the things that you need and being more conscious about it, so that the idea in, basically, like what you're saying, when you were talking about, I was even thinking, if there's enough numbers, you can even segment even further into, for example, mine might be support small business, women in small businesses who work in sustainability, women who are selling things that are environmentally friendly, women who are promoting, who have businesses that are promoting
Yeah. You can actually
social
do a shopping crawl like that online. Just have those types of people. You can do it any way you want to.
yeah, yeah,
It's
so I love
your
it.
event, your
Yeah,
sales event. You're gonna go out and get people that you want to be involved.
yeah, and then you can support, and I can see lots of possibilities. But on your, not but, segueing, or
Hmm.
just getting back on
Yeah.
topic more specifically, with your smartwomenpartner.com site,
Hmm.
on that site, are there steps for women, like you were talking about, you were working on some of these things are in the works. This is like, uh you're building while flying as well.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, every day. My thing is, I want to be able to set up a page for each industry. Like, how women in coaching can use LinkedIn and how they can partner together, women in real estate, because we all use it differently.
Hmm.
So I want there to be a place for women to come together and to see how to use it for their type of business so they can attract the right partners and have a list of women have like their pitch. Like my new thing, my really, really new thing is a smart women partner and grow rich pitch
Right.
where you get on the phone with me. We tape your little audio. Takes about 5 minutes. Then put that together with a video that you submit that has information about your business, types of companies or professionals that you like to partner with, what you're bringing to the table. Because you have to bring something. You can't just come and say, I want a partner, and then why?
I want, it's a
Yeah.
give and take, right? That's collaboration.
Yeah, we need to know, do you have a mailing list? What's your social media like? I mean, are you active on it? How many people you have? What are your skills? Like if we're gonna partner, are you gonna like use your skills to help us advance and want me to do the same? So be it. We could do that. And if you're like local, like if you get out and go to local networking functions, can you walk me through? Meaning, take my flyers, take my business cards, a little gift bag or whatever that I might give you, pass it out to the other folks at that meeting or whatever. Like, can you help me? And I'll do the same for you. Like, I can take you anywhere. You can take me anywhere.
Mm,
Like, what are we gonna do to really make this work?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah. So
it's
with that, I
exciting.
put together a page. Like it has their pitch, it has their video, it has info about them, and like I said, type of companies they're looking to partner with and what they're bringing to the table. Because I figure if you can pitch people to give you money for your business, why can't you pitch people to partner with you to help you grow your business, to
Yeah,
help you market, and you do the same for them? so you can see who's out there because it's not easy all the time. Like you said, when you ask people to help you to be a part of this, they want it whatever. Yeah, my thing is to cut through all that mess, to have people who are serious, who are ready right now to partner with you. So you have a place to come to find them instead of having to beat the bushes and waiting for someone. If you're ready to start your own podcast, vlog, website, or whatever, and you need people to work with you and you want to work on it like now, you don't want to have to wait and hear back from them 2 and 3 weeks later. Because I hate that. Yeah. So I'm trying to cut through all that stuff to find the women who are serious, who want to do it. Like step up, raise
And
your
start
hand.
saying,
Okay, let's go.
yeah.
Yeah.
I talked about you know the story of the tortoise and the hare, right?
Yeah. 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 Yes. I
Well,
know. Well, yeah.
I have a bit of a twist on that, but
Thank you. Because I know that the tortoise always seems to win, but I don't.
that's because, well, as I said to Colin, and Colin Scotland, who is one of my hosts, we had a long discussion about this. But he said, the thing is about the tortoise, that's because the story is from the one who is producing it is society. It's like someone who wants the status quo to continue. Like, so the tortoise is the hero because most people are the tortoise, and so the
Oh.
tortoise gets the advantage, right? Because that's the story they want. They
Yeah.
want you to slow and steady. And while there's value in that, but what I'm trying to say is, if you also think about, if you break it down into different pieces, I'm not dismissing the tortoise. I think the tortoise
Oh,
is a
he is
they're important
good,
lessons.
but you got to
Tortoise
speed
is
up a little
fine,
bit. And then
but you
stop again, speed up, whatever.
well, I think it's like you do what's natural for you. So a tortoise is fine for a tortoise, but it would not be a good look on a hare, and you
Mm,
can't expect a hare to behave like a tortoise. And
mm.
so I'm saying that when people say, yeah, the tortoise wins the race, actually the tortoise wins that race. But every other race,
The
it
hair.
the hare is kicking the bejesus out of them, right?
Yep.
It's something you got to consider. So I have this idea of, like, you also, when we're partnering, it's actually it's a time thing. I use that because it's a time thing, and it's not one is better than the other. It's just what it is. And so if you're partnering and you're partnering with people who are tortoises and you're a hare,
Yeah.
you're going to be frustrating because you're going to always be pulling them, and they're going to be frustrating because you're always pulling them. And contrary, if you are the hare, or you're working with a group of hares and you're a tortoise, you're going to,
Yeah.
people both will be stressed because they're not going to be in their element. And that's what you just have to be. Ideally, you have both, because then, you've got the clock covered. You got the people who are like kickstarting some stuff and moving and working really fast, and then you have the people who are sustaining the energy, right? Because I don't care who you are. If you are the greatest sprinter of all time, you can't sprint continuously,
Mm-mm.
right? So without a doubt, it is a game of sustainability and an advantage if you
Yeah.
can do slow and steady. But there are times when you also need to be able to go fast. Like,
Yep.
if a lion's after you, do you want to be slow
Yeah. Yeah.
and dinner?
Yeah. Hmm. I
So
like
I
that one.
I really think
Yeah.
that, this idea of trying to find, for if you're out there and you're paying attention to this, I think about that when you're looking for collaboration partners, and try to evaluate, basically, where is your comfort zone, and how do like, because sometimes just putting it on the table, I like to be more methodical. I like to, take things a little bit slower, and this person over here, I like to move fast. I like to, bob and weave and love the, shiny objects and the new things. And I'm not saying, like, when it works well, it's the most perfect marriage, because you're covered for both ends.
Hmm.
But when it doesn't work, it's, very difficult, because it's like oil and vinegar, right? Might mix for a minute, but
Yeah.
then it's going to separate. And so you just have to be weary. So, yes, I'm ready to look for a tribe of hares.
I like that. Travel hairs. Okay. We got to tape your pitch.
Sorry.
Okay. we're going to tape your pitch so you can find yourself some hairs.
I'm looking for some hairs.
Okay.
I'm not splitting hairs. I'm just
Yeah,
trying
yeah, I
to,
know.
yes.
I
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
So that'll be good. So yeah, I want to just make sure in terms of the time, you have some, do you have some specifics that you want to share even further, or do you have
Okay.
more general tips, or
Uh,
you say you
just
do
some
this
general tips, I guess.
all around? Do you do
All
this year round? I mean, right now it's
yes, year
busy.
round.
So
Yeah.
okay, so you have a Halloween, so you have a Valentine's Day, and
You know what? I don't really do Valentine's Day that much. Next year I might. I want to do something this year, but I got busy. But yeah, next year we need to find our Valentine, my female Valentine, to
yeah,
help us, grow our business, to
that's right.
market it, to get on out there. Yeah, but I try to do something with just about every PR holiday that's like business wise, especially if it's woman centric. I'm like, oh my god, like yes, I get off on those.
Yeah,
I really do. Just a way to just keep myself out there because people need a reason to stop and read. Like, okay, so every day you're just posting, but if you're posting because it's a PR holiday and you're giving some great tips, I'm like, okay, yeah.
yeah, you embrace that. So here's my question for you, from a social media standpoint, or just like, well, looking at PR. So do you follow these calendars, like the everyday calendar?
You know what? I don't like that one. That one has some weird stuff on there that's not even worth my time. This might not make it might be a little strange to you. There is this calendar that I found a couple of years ago, or more than a couple of years ago. It's called BrownieLocks.com. It's not the cutest thing on earth.
What is it
It's
called?
old school. BrownieLocks.com. It is old school.
Brawny?
Seriously. Brownie. Like
Like
brownie beat like a
brawn?
no, like brown. Like brownie. Like the little brownies, the little Girl
Oh,
Scouts, the
oh, okay,
brownie.
brownie. Okay,
Yeah. Brownie
brownie.
lock. Brownie locks.
Okay, brownie. N I E.
BROWNIE, locks,
Yes.
LOCKS.com.
Okay, brownie.
And
Oh, like Goldilocks, brownie lock.
yes, it's
Okay.
really old school looking. Like, like the early days, because it's the graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
sh- She does not venture away from it. She just keeps it just like that. I don't know why, but it doesn't bother me. So she has something for every month.
Right.
Yeah, and send her stuff to put on her calendar, and she is very good. She covers a lot,
Hmm.
just about everything out there. So I follow her, and of
Okay.
course Chase's calendar of events because I know they have a lot too. But I love Bronny Locks. I go to her every month, and I
Chases,
pick.
as in the bank.
Um, no, it's like CHASES. So Chase, but yeah, but Chase says
Okay.
Chase's calendar of events. Yeah, that's the one that the newspapers, TV stations, they follow Chases when they do stuff because
Okay.
yeah, you could also make up your own holiday and send it to
I
Chase,
know.
and they put it in for free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because I've invested that. I've worked with nonprofit, and I was doing some, like trying to get them more visibility. I do that with a lot of clients, and so looking at opportunities, and the thing about it, actually, in 168. I'm sorry, in 168. In 2015, when I did the 168, where
Hmm.
we were online, it's actually a pending world record. I have a on Guinness.
Oh,
Inside it says, it's like pending the evidence, and we were actually thinking about doing this as a world record, to break a world record, but
I've
it
been tampering with that a little
there's,
bit too. A
yeah,
networking thon. I'm
there's some opportunities
synchronized.
with it, but wow, just anybody who's interested in getting a world record, let me tell you real quick,
They yeah.
they make you jump through so
Do
many,
hoops,
and,
yes,
and they're not
yeah.
they're not like relevant. Some of it's like so antiquated, because what they and the trick is, so what happens is you invest your time to apply, and then they send you the rules. So like, you can't just look and see, oh, the record for longest live stream is, say,
Yeah,
150
and then
hours.
they might even change it. Like, no, we can't do that. You got to do it this way. It has to be
It
this
comes
thing.
up,
Like, really, but I want to do
yeah, and
this.
you
But
have
they're like,
to
no, that won't. Like, oh,
they're very, like, there are details, but I guess that's, I mean, there's a part of me that thinks, well, that can make some sense, because otherwise then everybody would have one. Like, if it was easy,
Yeah.
And that's about the hustle. So it's not about the talent. It's,
Mm-mm.
like if you're the strongest man, or you're the strongest man who showed up and who wanted to do the administrative work, right?
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing what I did the last time. Like, I gathered some people and we were trying to do synchronized speed networking.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah. And the thing was, you had to have so many people in each room or whatever. It had to have the door, whatever. There had to be people there
I'm
to,
actually
you
up.
had
I
to have
actually
people.
signed up for
Mm.
that. I'm
You did?
actually I'm actually up for, yeah, I was planning to do one in the spring, but I actually did sign up for it.
Oh,
I think the yeah, now, oh, I'm gonna put it out there. Okay, go ahead. I dare you. I think it's like 1,000. I think it's 1,200 people right now that
we
you have
should
to sing.
go and just try and do something.
Yeah. So no, because also Richard Branson has the record
Oh,
right
well,
now
we
for
can't.
he has the for the longest pitch session, and it's like 28 hours,
Sheesh.
where he has a panel of judges, and they, just pitch around the clock. So, there are records out there, and if it aligns, like, there, I know record holders, and I know there are some that are feasible. Like, it's actually this time, before I kind of went through it, and when I set up to do this world record before, but over time, over the last 4 years, I've been looking at it, and I'm like, do I, like, also, if you can spend your money so that you can get it fast tracked, and they kind of,
Yeah.
and it's you see it that in part it is also a business, right? So they're trying to, bring home some bank themselves, and that doesn't necessarily align with what you're trying to do. And so the expediency of which they handle your situation isn't always to your benefit, right? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, because they want you to pay to do it faster. And they just did on the 14th, they just had national, like their own day, speaking of days, where November 14th, I think, every year. So if you're interested, November 14th, World Guinness Book of World Records, that is World Record Day. So if you want to go and attempt any kind of world record, that is the day. If you want to, hustle and bustle with everybody else who's trying to do it at the same time, that would limit your PR value, of course, but
Hmm.
it is an opportunity for you, and they let you fast track without having to spend the extra fee for it. So
Well, that's
that's
good. At
so
least
that's
that.
what I
Yeah.
do. But
Save
what
that money.
other, so you've been mentioned, in terms of talking about PR possibilities to promote your business, you mentioned these, the calendars and the and brownie locks, and
Yes.
these ideas. I love all that stuff. But I want to go back to, why LinkedIn? Why do you love LinkedIn? So, I mean,
Ah,
besides what you said, but why, like,
why?
you started to love it before you realized that it was lovable. I mean, you were
Yeah.
loving it in
Well,
2004,
we
right?
were all on it, and then we were on other things because it was 2004. We had a few other platforms to mess around with, but we never left LinkedIn. Now I did try Facebook because it said Facebook is for business. Like, yes, no, at least not the real business that I was trying to do. It was a whole different kind of audience, and then you have all that other stuff in there. It's too distracting. So I went right back to LinkedIn. I never left it, but I was focusing in on other stuff. But um, the reason why I like LinkedIn so much is that it's the quality of people. It really is. And we're always talking business on LinkedIn. We're always trying to get somewhere. Where then on the other platforms, you're just talking what's going on in the world and then some business. Yeah. And women in general on LinkedIn expect that, if you're going to, you're not going to just use someone, so to speak. They know you have to pay to get something if you're going to get somewhere. You have to spend money if you want to elevate. And on Facebook, when I was networking around on the groups and stuff, someone asked me, "So why should I pay you when I could just network here on Facebook?" Like, okay, you should do that. You can just keep doing the ordinary networking, and I'm just going to stay over here on LinkedIn where we do other types of networking. Because our thing was, well, I guess my thing was that if you were going to network, you needed to be able to talk about your business, but in a non-salesy way, um, showcase your skills. Be able to talk about, your products and services and educate people how to use them. I mean, it's great that you're doing this or that, but how do I use it? What is it going to do for me? So I was given events using LinkedIn listservs, LinkedIn groups, anything I could get my hands on, and I was asking questions, and people would answer the questions, and it gave them a chance to shine. They loved it. Like, oh my God, I can talk about my business. No one's going to spank my hand. No, I want you to talk about it, educate us. But I also want you to find people to partner with. So that's great. You're trying to sell, but you can sell more if you partner. Because while you're sleeping, your partners could be pushing you in their newsletters, on their podcasts, when they're networking offline, and so forth. I mean, why try to get one sale when you can get 10 or more by partnering
Yeah.
and putting together that fabulous tribe? And it also keeps you sharp because if you partner with the right people who have all the great skills, y- their stuff is going to rub off on you. It
Yeah.
really
I
just
love it.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like my team. I mean, they're like everyone has different skill sets. I mean, there's some crossover in what we have, but you know, like Colin was saying, Colin is adept at doing marketing. He is
Hmm.
like really great and writing copy, and I'm a writer, and Gail's a writer. Gail does ghost writing, and
That's good.
Colin is, has I don't know how many paid websites and things he's written, but he's really good at doing that and in helping clients and what using resources. We're all kind of obsessed like that. But the thing is, like, then you know just all of the I used to be more technically minded. I think in part the age thing has aged me out, just not as fast. And now you see I like can't see, and I just laugh because like Gail, like things that I look at Gail, and Gail is me before. Like before, I was the one. And Colin was even saying it. He's like, "Oh my goodness, like clients come to me to do this stuff, and Gail is like a ninja. Like you're. I'm doing it, and I'm doing it slower. Like what Colin might be doing it, and he's like doing it, and it's going fine. I am slower version of that in some cases, and Gail is now like super ninja fast to do a lot of the things with the tech. But it's also a matter of like having the right setup, because before I always had like really new stuff, and I was always I could manage it. But now my
Having to
absorb
learn all that
my
stuff.
consum
Hey, yeah.
you consume. And also, if you've been in the game, like, right, I'm like you. I got on LinkedIn in the beginning because it was basically you go to networking events. It's basically a good way to have a business. It's like your business card, right?
Hmm.
In the beginning
Yeah.
it was. And so
Yeah.
you would trade on your business card. Actually, in the beginning, uh, they it's so funny. This is what I say
All the
about
great
all the
stuff
platforms.
they had.
They had great stuff. Like
Yes.
they had. You could make
Remember
your
being
own.
able to just email 50 people at a time, well, yeah, blind carbon copy, and just to get stuff done fast. And
Yep.
now it's like, oh,
And creating the groups, and you had the
yes.
opportunity there was more visibility, there was more space in ways. And the thing that I liked from a also from a like a HR, like working with clients or working with people who are looking for jobs or something like that, at the time I would say, you go into LinkedIn and your profile is all set up, and there was
Yes.
a link where you could download it and you could format it. Like there was
Yes.
another site where you could so you just if you just spent the time to properly do your LinkedIn,
Hmm.
you were set. You could just do it. And
Yeah.
they have that now. Like they have it actually linked in, quite literally LinkedIn. So you can you get offers for jobs, and then you use your LinkedIn profile. But it's actually not as smooth as it used to be.
Of course not.
No, all
Hmm.
of these things, it's
Yeah.
they've morphed. And like I like Facebook. I mean, I've been on Facebook since, yeah, I've been on all of them since the beginning.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
use them to varying degrees for different reasons. And I liken it to basically, so you like a bar, or you like a cafe. And because I remember when there used to be, I call them the social media wars. It happened when Google Plus came out.
Yeah, I got on that too. That
God rest
never, I,
God rest its soul, but
Yeah.
I wrote a whole guide to Google Plus actually.
Did
But
it work for you at all?
no, but like it was a new platform, and that's
Yeah.
what that's where I live, learning the new platforms, seeing how they how they play out. But you have that first mover advantage if you dare to try it, and
Yeah.
it works for you, you could blow up, right? I mean, it could
Yeah.
work for you. If you try it and it doesn't work for you, then you know a little bit about it, but that's pretty much because you're spending time and energy.
Yeah.
But what I liked about Google Plus and what I would argue against is people were really like Google Plus, Google Plus or Facebook. What was great about Google Plus at the time, also in terms of the connection, the quality of the connection in the beginning, actually Twitter was my number one. So I spent 10 years now. It's been 10 years, but when I started writing this book that's coming out this year,
Oh,
uh, it's 400 entrepreneurs that I interviewed. When I started wanting to interview entrepreneurs, it's called Entrepreneur Profiles Around the World and Down the Street. And
I
it
like
is,
that.
thank you. It is about also basically like this. I wanted it to be a more inclusive representation of what entrepreneurship is. So I was looking for entrepreneurs around the world, and what Twitter really was one of my best assets, but Google Plus and Facebook and LinkedIn, but really though Google Plus in the beginning, you had access to quote unquote gurus that now you wouldn't be able to touch
Yeah.
because everybody would, because that's who's on who are the front runners those are the pioneers. Those are the people you want to get in and connect early, because those are the people who dare to see the next wave. And so if you get in and you're able to engage with those people, I was able to write a DM and say, hey, I'm doing this book, would you be interested? And I have some of the brightest minds, some of the most famous entrepreneurs in the world that probably at this point, if I tried to reach out to them, I would have the
Yeah.
guard, write 5 people and see, and all these things, because of, again, timing is everything. And
Hmm.
I think for me, what actually I loved LinkedIn. I was on it and then I left it kind of for a
Yeah, because
while.
it got frustrating. I did too. I
Yeah,
stayed, but I didn't play on it as much when they started taking stuff away. And like, well, what the heck am I going to do with this? I don't.
but
I can't communicate properly.
yeah,
It
because
work. You have to work harder,
yeah,
real
and
hard.
yeah, but I hear like in the social media space, as far as I know, it's starting to come back. Like
Yeah.
people are starting to say you need to pay attention to LinkedIn. It's one of the don't don't be fooled. But the funny thing is like that back to that analogy. So bars and cafes.
Hmm.
So the way I see it is, when it comes right down to it, there really is no platform. If you are not, like I think, LinkedIn is business, right? It's the official
Yes.
stuff. You
Yeah.
go
For
there,
business. Yes.
you aren't dancing on the table. You
No.
aren't getting crazy and wild like you would
No.
with TikTok or with one of these other platforms for mainly the youth. You like to take pictures. You're very visual. It makes sense for you. Like I was on Flickr because of that, and now Flickr, like nobody knows
I
Flickr.
didn't even understand Flickr. I was on it, but I'm like,
I use it mainly as a backup. Like I upload my pictures. I have them go there, so I have
mhm.
them as like a backup file. But there
Ah,
are I don't use Flickr to advantage, but I love pictures. I take a lot of pictures, so I would upload them, and I was using them as a gallery. So, for example, if I'd go and work with a client on events, and I would
mhm.
photograph those events, it was easier for me to upload them to Flickr and give them a link and let them go and see them there. Now,
Oh,
keep in mind, this is before now.
yeah.
There's so many
What is it now?
sorry,
I'm wondering what is it now? What is it?
still Flickr. I don't know what
It's,
people are doing because
that's what I'm like. Yeah.
Instagram came in. I still go in. Like I realize I have like quite a few pictures in there, like
Mm.
like like
Oh,
2,000
wow.
that I upload. Yeah, I have something like that. It's like something crazy, but the I and those I have it set on private, so I don't show
Oh,
most of
okay.
the pictures. I have them up there behind lock and key. and I pay for the pro every year. I think it's $15 or something like that, because it gives me some advantages, like, for example, the privacy. But my point is that I think from platform to platform, they all serve a purpose. And for you, I can see why it's aligned. You know, you love business, you love women, you love, you have got, you're comfortable also when you're comfortable with a platform.
Yeah.
And linked for me, for the longest time, Twitter was that platform. But I live in a country where Twitter never took off in Denmark. I
Well,
predicted that it would, because it had such momentum everywhere. It was having so much momentum, and I was doing tweet chats, and I was
love
connecting to
those.
people,
Those were great back
and
in the day. Haven't
all
done
the,
one in a good minute.
yeah. Well, it feels, I don't know, they don't feel as relevant as they used to feel. But I think, as things get faster, I think because now we're using, because mobile has advanced so much. So it was novel in the beginning. Like, also what I liked about Twitter, quite honestly, is because it's kind of contrary. As you notice, I've also been speaking quite a bit during this conversation, and so to, to be on Twitter and be constrained at that time to 140 characters was like,
That was hard. You had to keep
like a
rewriting
puzzle.
it. Okay, like,
Yeah,
oh, so
that that actually, that was really good as a writer. That's like, that brings me back to, Dr. Roger or Richard Moore, I can't remember his first name, but we did an exercise where we, I can't remember, let's just for example's sake, you had to write a story 100 pages, and then you came back and he said, all right, cut it down to 50. Okay, cut it down to 25. Okay, cut it, and we ended up, you know, making it one sentence in the end. And so that was like Twitter for me. It's
wow.
a good example because it's in the editing, right?
Hmm.
To make it clear, but you start off with a lot of information, and people get mad. Like, I was mad the first time. I was like, I spent all that time writing,
And
and all you wanted was 50 pages. I could have just done 50 pages. But no, it's not the same. The content doesn't come out the same if you just go for the end, right? Side note, caveat, blah blah blah. But yes, LinkedIn. Tell me about LinkedIn again. About not, yeah. Why? What was the transition for where you had this epiphany that, wow, this was going to be it?
um, I guess because the same people that I met along the way were still there. And I'm like, okay, I miss you guys. We were all on Facebook trying to make that work and realizing that didn't work. So just going back to LinkedIn. And I guess, what really worked was when they gave us groups, because that was like the whole new world. I was like, oh my God, we finally get to talk to each other. We get to do something. And then I saw more business coming in. Like, that was great. I get to showcase myself even more. And just realizing that Facebook wasn't for my business. LinkedIn was, because I'm with some of the same people I met when I first got online in like 2001 or whatever. And then we hooked up on LinkedIn and we're still just there together. It's where my people are.
Yeah.
People who know me, and I get to have fun and connect. Sometimes we lose contact, and then 5, 10 years later, we're like, "Wait a minute, you're still here too?" Like, yes, yeah. It
Good.
just works better. People, it's a different mindset, and I love their posts and everything. Although I'm noticing it's getting a little Facebookish if you're not careful.
It
Like for
is.
the stories, I try not to read the news stories, and then what folks I'm like, oh God, no, yeah, don't go there.
Yeah,
Don't, yeah.
I'm gonna do a different episode, but I started something that I didn't finish, and that was this analogy of bars and cafes. And
Hmm.
basically, you go to one because you like the coffee, it has the best coffee, so you go there. You go to one because you love the design, you love the atmosphere. You go to
Yeah,
one because the people are so much better, like, or not better, are better for contacts, or for
yeah,
business. You go to one because the people are more fun. It has the best music. And that's what social media is for me. I say to people, you have to, some people like one type of bar or one type of cafe. And some people, like, for me, certain types a day. Like, so certain times it's more appropriate. So sometimes you want to hear the good music. Sometimes you want the good coffee, but you might not, or you want the good drink. You don't necessarily want that at 8 in the morning.
No.
So you go to this place, right? And all of these things, when you look at social media, the other analogy is you think of, and this I would love your input on that, and that is when you think of the airport, the airport is a microcosm, like, so it's for people going there, and they get a taste of the businesses that are actually existing in the city. So you go there and you're flying through, and you don't have full stores in airports, you have small samples, and that to me is social media. Social media is like being in the airport. You're there where the people are. So if you're flying to Cleveland, or you're flying to LA, or you're flying to Tokyo, or you're flying to Sao Paulo, or whatever, you so you end up in LinkedIn, and you're there with these people,
Hmm.
and really what you're doing is you're giving them a they see a piece of your business. And what you really want to do is, because you don't want to live, you don't want to live in the airport, you don't want to live in LinkedIn, you want to guide them to, you want to say, hey, you got to see a little bit of me on LinkedIn, because I had this little pop-up, it's not a pop-up shop in the airport, but let's just say a little
Yeah.
pop-up. So come and click through and go to my website and now see me in my own territory.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
anyhow, how
I
if
like
that
that. I
resonates.
like
Yeah.
that. I like that. Yeah. Do you also use the company pages?
Yes. I actually, I go through and tweak everything. Now, I say I use it.
I need to go back and tweak mine.
Use and use. Like I've signed up for everything.
Yeah.
I actually own the internet, by the way. Everything is mine. It's like
Okay.
it's like Monopoly. Like I own the internet. I've like purchased everything.
Yeah.
I have all the domains that you don't have. I own the other half.
Okay.
Uh,
Wow.
yeah, I really, it's a sickness. Sometimes a good thing, and sometimes not so much. But
Hmm.
idea of, so I go in and I try it because I want to test it so that I know how to help others, and know when I need to use it. But part of this experience, the last few days, and listening to wise people, and being in a space where I can hear it, is okay. That's great. But one of the speakers came on, and he talked about just in case versus just in time. And so basically, just in case is like hoarder mentality, like, I'm gonna sign up my pages everywhere, I'm gonna have company pages here, I'm gonna have, I'm gonna do all this stuff just in case,
Yeah,
this
but you have
shows
to
up.
manage all that stuff.
And
That's the problem.
well, do you find, I mean, because you're an early adopter, you were on the internet early,
Before that, yeah, before there was nothing there.
before it
Just
got, yeah,
bulletin boards.
wasn't it easy, right? So it was easy to sign up for everything. I had
You,
no
you
idea
didn't have that
lists
much. Yeah.
all of those lists that I signed up were suddenly, from going from like once a week, if I was lucky. Some of them were like sending you something every once a month, to
Hmm.
suddenly getting fire hosed every single day, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't manage it. You sign up for the different even everybody also, it got a little bit cannibalized. So everybody wanted to be also me. Everybody wanted to, that when I talked about the Google wars, or that Google Plus versus Facebook, because they were trying to do some of the same thing. They were like trying to vie for the same customers. And
And they shouldn't have. They should have made
and
themselves
then,
different.
right, and well, Facebook wanted, wanted to be the king of everything. And that's why
Yeah.
they bought Instagram, and that, like, why they did all that, why
I'm not even
Twitter.
on them that much anymore. I'm like, you can't. It's just, it's too much.
Yeah, well,
It's, yeah,
I'm
he's too
fascinated.
much.
So I'm so, when you're so, it's like, think of community, right? When you're so in it, when you're so deep in it, like you have your roots, you have apartments throughout the community, or you have people in
Hmm.
there. For me, I think it's also being an expat. I got a chance. Facebook, why I love Facebook is because of the fact that it afforded me the opportunity to connect with high school friends, especially high school and college, and my childhood, because I've been living here for 30 years. So suddenly, it wasn't
You
making
can
it
see
over
them. Yeah, you
making
can
phone calls. So that,
communicate. Yeah.
it was social, right? And I am social.
Yeah.
So that really worked. But I would say LinkedIn for professional reasons, yes. I don't use it as much. I was really excited when the blog aspects came in. I liked, they integrated SlideShare, and I was like, oh, it's going to be, but it
Mm,
just got to be a little bit overwhelming. And now when I saw you and what you were doing, I was starting to think, yeah, you got to get strategic. You got to start thinking, pick a platform, and really, that's how I built up over the years.
mhm.
I worked on I got to, oh, there's a new platform. I'll sign up. I'll learn about it. I'll really like get into it. And if it keeps the track, if it doesn't have the traction, then that's one thing, but at least I have a chance if I want to use it, then I can use it and I know about it. If I want to refer it to people, I can say, okay, instead of like, I don't know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I
I've
tried
tried
them
it.
all. Well,
Yeah, I've tried
Instagram,
them.
I'm still messing with
What's his
that
name?
one.
Yeah. Well, I I've lost more followers on Twitter than a lot of people have worked to get,
Wow.
because
Okay.
what happens is, if you don't nurture it, because
Oh, yeah.
in the beginning I was using it, but then I stopped using it, and then I stopped offering, like, people who were coming to listen had nothing to listen to.
Mm.
So that is the case, like, the you know from social media management, digital marketing standpoint, the one thing is building like, you're going to build the tribe, you also have to manage the tribe, uh, and
Yeah.
not only the tribe. And that's where the one thing that managing the tribe isn't the problem, it's all the other stuff that started to be overwhelming for me, and also
Need a
life
clone.
priorities.
I need to clone myself 3 or 4 times and I'll be all right. That's the
Yeah,
problem. It's too much.
yeah, there is. It's and this is the life we lead. Overwhelm is.
I'm trying to work on that overwhelm. I really am. But I'm sticking with one main platform, venturing out a tiny bit to the other ones again, because I know you have to find your people where they are. And you can find a lot of people on Facebook that are on LinkedIn who totally forgot about LinkedIn. And when I reach out, like, oh, for real, I need to come and hang out with you on LinkedIn. So
So yeah,
that's my
I'm
thing.
very curious, because, like, when you make LinkedIn sound sexy, you make
I
it
think
sound fun.
it is.
You
It
make it
is
sound fun. You're
fun.
like,
It
oh,
really
come and hang
is.
out. Like, come and hang out.
Yeah.
I feel like I said, it's to me, it's LinkedIn. Even now, it's more buttoned up. Like,
Well, I'm
it's
helping it to strip a little bit.
yeah,
Just say, come hang out, get a feel for it, have a good conversation.
yeah,
Because that's what we're all looking for, to communicate, to reach out to each other. And I'm trying to make it possible for you to do that on LinkedIn by
yeah.
just doing stuff, just
Well,
keeping you talking.
I had some. I mean, when I actually I went back and forth. So in the beginning, I signed up because, oh, this thing, social media. It was before, actually, we called it. So we didn't
Yeah, it was just
call
LinkedIn. Like, what in the
we
world
didn't
is
call
a
it social media
LinkedIn?
back
It's a
then.
it was a new website. And weren't you just great because it was a website instead of
Yeah,
just
but it
whatever?
was a word for it. There was, like, we had different words for them. Um,
No, what it
but
was.
I don't know, a social directory. No, I don't know. There were some words, and then there were some other ones who tried to come in. I also signed up for those, like, networking events, networking online. But are you familiar with Lewis Howes?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, he actually has blown. I interviewed him years ago, but he was the king of LinkedIn at one point. And what happened? He was a football player. He got injured,
Hmm.
and suddenly, what was he supposed to do? Like, he was laying on it. He was literally laying on his sister's couch, injured,
Hmm.
and was like thinking, "Oh my God, I am such a loser. I have like, I'm a sports person, and now I can't go back. What am I going to do?" Like, or actually, before he got to that point, he was like thinking, "Oh, what should I do?" And he started working on LinkedIn, and then he was setting up events, and he was seeing how, like, what you're doing, like, managing a community
Hmm.
for his space being sports, people in the sports area. So he blew up, and people were like asking him, how do you do this? And
Yeah,
and
because nobody
followed
knew.
I'm sorry, I followed his program.
Hmm.
And when I finished it, I tweaked it, like he said. And if you had searched at that particular moment in time, if you had searched entrepreneurship on LinkedIn, with
Hmm.
all the people on entrepreneurship, I came up number one because of the tweak. And for another, I can't remember, there was something else I was, and I remember I was writing, I was like, oh my gosh, this works. And that is what lights me up.
Yeah.
When you try a platform when you can see the results. For me, content on Instagram and Instagram, I barely move a needle on that.
Me,
Uh,
okay, I'm
it's
trying. I
I put stuff there, but I barely move the needle
I
on
don't even go
Instagram.
visit it. I need to get on it and start
I
building a
like it.
following just for profiles of people who are looking for partners to
Yeah,
market with. That's
yeah.
my thing. Like, and it's
There's
pictures
a lot of
and it's
possibilities.
videos, so I
Well,
need to
what about
get over there.
Pinterest? Because Pinterest
I'm
is like
on, you know what? Yeah.
there's
Did
money
you
on
know?
Pinterest.
Yeah. Pinterest, they did try out groups. Did you set up one on Pinterest that you
I
can have your
have
own group?
I have the secret one and I have the group and they have
Yeah.
pages too, company
Yeah.
pages.
Yeah. I need to go play with all that stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying
It's
like
too much.
to me, like Pinterest and LinkedIn, LinkedIn is to me more corporate, and Pinterest is actually, I shouldn't say it that way. It seems like Pinterest could be a good match for you because Pinterest is more for women. It is more women
Yeah,
oriented.
I did
There
see that.
are so
Well,
many
women, that's a one
small
network.
small business women. So it also Pinterest also connects with Etsy, and Etsy has a
All
lot
those
of
shops.
right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think that's a that would be a good match. I mean, I'm not trying to dissuade
No,
you from,
no, 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 no. That's good.
but the idea, like, there's a lot of opportunities in Pinterest. I I walked away to learn some other, like, that's the thing. I'm like rotating the platforms, going around, seeing. I'm on the social media crawl. I'm like, digital marketing and
There you
seeing
go. To see
what's
what's
out
out there. Try it out.
there.
Yeah.
And so over time, spending that time and working and building up some, I think I have like a average. I haven't done anything with my Pinterest quite literally in 5 years or something, and I was dumbfounded because I accidentally ended up on my profile and realized that
Old
there
stuff.
are daily there's about 1,400, no, 1,000, no, that's 1,400, 1,000,000. It's like like, okay, that's like a big difference in the numbers.
Hmm.
No, it can't. It was something shocking. It was really shocking because it was like a really big number. I was like, really, that many people? But I don't leverage it. But I had set up the profile so well that I still get traffic on it. It must be 1,000. Let me see. Oh well, that's irrelevant. Anyway,
Okay,
but
you're making me have to go back to
it's
Pinterest
not a
and
million.
rethink
It's not a
my
million.
strategy on that one
Yeah.
and bring in Etsy. Never thought about that. The
And
Etsy
here's the
shops.
thing. Now I'm like thinking, ooh, Pinterest. But here's something that you may not know about. I've also taken all of the courses on every network. So, but one of the things that I years ago when I took a class on Pinterest, one of the best takeaways is they have like private groups in Pinterest. Like, so you can set up private boards
Yeah.
before you go live with them. And so from what you're talking about with your women, with the smart women,
Hmm.
that people could collaborate behind the scenes and be sharing certain things, and then you could help monitor it to go live with it. So you could actually, it could help you strategize when to go live with which, instead of like everything out there and like, oh, that didn't really fit here, or that doesn't really look so well. So I thought that was really interesting. I was using it with doing some group client work at the time.
Hmm.
And so I said, like, okay, we're going to just put all of our stuff here. It's like a catch-all. And
Yeah.
also used it as a vision board, with
That, yes.
put everything
I
there.
do have
You
a
don't have to
board
see
just
it.
to my vision of my life, the way I want it to be. I just toss stuff in there. And
Yeah.
one of these days, I'm gonna go back and look at my life the way I want it to be. I'll have
Yes.
to go
But if
search
you
that
want
board
it to be
again.
that way, you have to look at it all the time. Vision boards don't
I
work
got
if
too busy to go look at the board of what I wanted my life to be.
yeah. Well, there it does happen sometimes. I've heard about it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
wow.
I'm about to
It's
go try that. Okay, you give me some great ideas.
Thank you, and you as well. I'm like, yeah, this. I hope this is like. I'm thinking of Gail when she goes and clips in this. She's gonna be like, Lori.
Like, what happened to the talk? Yeah, you got on other stuff, but it still works
I
together.
hope it's got. I. Is there anything? I really would be sad if you didn't get out what you wanted to get out. So I'm going to shut up for as long as I can possibly shut up,
Okay.
and you talk about more specifically about this prepping for Small Business Saturday, if there's anything that you didn't get allowed to say, you've got some time. I'm,
Okay.
basically, we're gonna have somebody coming in. Not even, yeah, we got a half an hour even. So
Wow. Okay. Well, I don't have a half an hour left in me on that topic, but yeah. Okay. Let's see. Small Business Saturday. It's November 30th. If you haven't started prepping, you're behind. So let's see if we can accelerate you. First of all, you need a group of women to work with. So think about, what do you want to do? Like my thought was that everyone has a female entrepreneur in their family and they need products and services. You could package yourself up as, that gift for that woman that's the entrepreneur in your life. Um, Event in the evening, like I said, because folks will be shopping during the daytime locally. Let's see. You need to go to American Express and get those graphics. Use them everywhere. Come up with an idea, like I said. Find some women to give you coupons, something that you can give away. Let's see. Do your Google My Business page. So when they put your business name in a search engine, they go to your page. They can see what's going on with your business. You could put up a blog post, a event, a schedule and everything, a video. You also need to come up with a map. All the women who will be participating in your online shopping crawl, you need to list their businesses, get a video from everyone if you can, headshot, logo, whatever, and create this cool little graphic. Go to PicMonkey, whatever, use one of their templates, put it all together. Let's see, and if you could, get a big gift. Put in maybe to buy a Chromebook, cell phone, or something as your big giveaway. Let's see. I guess in short, just do something on Small Business Saturday. It's a lot of money out there. Grab your share of it. And oh, you should get a social media management tool so that you can cycle posts all throughout maybe 72 hours out. Um, that's profiling everyone that's taking part in your shopping crawl. Get videos from them, get a bio, any articles that they have, any tips, whatever, and just keep it on a 24-hour cycle where they're like getting stuff every couple of, maybe every 30 minutes from someone that's like keeping their business name out there and letting people know that you'll be doing something. And feed it to LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and any other social media sites that you can do. That's it. Just do something. Thank you.
all right, yes, I pulled myself out because it was scratching while you were doing that. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
my
I think
privilege.
I'm really excited. I'm going to be really excited to follow on the replay and
Perfect.
uh, and add some, some pencil it out so that people can really grab the
Okay.
nugget. And
Excellent.
and we will talk offline. We will connect.
Okay. Cool.
All right,
Thank you.
everybody. Thank you and enjoy your day. We appreciate it. Thanks. I'll be coming back in just a little bit.
Cool. Bye bye.